Hi friends, it's Suzanne here from sunstampin.com, bringing you the May 2023 edition of Crafting at the Lake House. This crafting event took place in Kelowna, BC, Canada, right on the beautiful Okanagan Lake. The annual catalog was celebrated in the projects, so look for new, fresh ideas. There are 12 projects featuring 12 different Stampin' Up! Products, plus 2 bonus projects in this fun video mini-series. There is a link in the description box below to purchase the written PDF in case you're so inclined. I totally appreciate the support. Thank you in advance. So I do hope you have fun watching the videos and get inspired. For today's project, I am featuring the Layering Leaves bundle. This is card number 10. We've only got a couple more projects to do. We have a whole bunch of cards, cardstocks here, and the basic white has been embossed with the Fern 3D embossing folder. I'm going to attach that with Seal Plus directly to my card base. Again, that's Granny Apple Green, probably one of my favorite greens. And then there's a whole bunch of extra little pieces. There is vellum in there, but I chose not to use it. So this is the Nested Essential Dies. Now, these weren't mine to begin with. However, this card made me want to go and buy them. So if you don't have the Nested Essential Dies yet, you may want to add that to your list because, first of all, they're gorgeous. They have a nice detailed edge and they are rounded corners. And I don't know why I didn't really notice them in the catalog, but yeah, you need them. You need them. Just saying. All right, so I am cutting with my mini cut and emboss machine. Those dies, and then here we have the outline of the Layering Leaves stamp set, and I think my Granny Apple Green is pretty juicy there, so I would have taken a old bone folder or a plastic spoon and sort of smooshed my Granny Apple Green to make it the ink less on the top, but that's okay. And basically this is the outside layer. So we went full strength with the outside layer, and then that was shaded spruce that I just used. For the inside layer to color the leaves, I stamped off. So you can see I have a little piece of copy paper there, and just off to the side, I just stamped off on it. So, and I filled in the leaves, and I'm doing that with the Granny Apple Green, and I can see now that the ink has sort of settled into the paper, so I wasn't too concerned about that overly juicy ink pad. So this is the bow punch, and it is a lovely punch actually. I had to use a little sticky note here because I needed to reach that paper into that bow punch, if that makes sense. I'm sure you've all seen that little trick before. All right, and now I'm just going to cut out the Granny Green, and then basically it's putting everything together. So one of the, it's a really handy little thing using the Post-it note, especially if you're trying to conserve, you know how punches, they only go one way. It's not like a die cutting machine where you can, fiddle all the dies out. The punch is where it's come in handy. So this little guy, I used Garden Green ink, strong, and then stamped off, and then stamped on the basic white. And then I also cut that out with the little bow punch, and that's the reason why I kind of had to reach with the Post-it note, because it is what it is. There's that little bow, that little branch that needs to be cut out. So again, just ignore the vellum ones because I didn't end up using that. But I did use my shaded spruce for the greeting, which says hello. And I'm going to put this all together, and then I'm going to put the leaves in this little, I don't know what you call it. Like, I used to call these card candies, and I'm not exactly sure if that's what they are or not, but basically it is the layering of a couple of different papers with the greeting that have different dimensions on it, and it has to have at least 3 layers, and then you can put it on any card. So I call it card candy. It's weird that I would call it that, but I have I had a class once where I used this. It was a sentiment stamp, and I thought it was like the best class ever because I was able to make so much of the card candy, and you could easily, make a whole bunch of them, of these sort of like little elements, sentiment elements, and then put it on whatever card you wanted to work on. So this is my card candy. And speaking of card candy, I am doing very similar in my summer retreat class. There is a Christmas in July class that I have created, and I gotta tell you, there's lots of card candy, and I it doesn't matter what paper, it gives you a technique that is something really special that you can create and be successful with cards. So I'll put that link in the description box below, and I'll say something at the end here. But yeah, so I'm just arranging those leaves on that layered sentiment bit. And then, like I said, just ignore the little vellum ones. I tucked these in around all of that, and now I'm putting it directly on my card. So again, you can see all the supplies I used today listed below in the video see more section, or in the supplies section of my blog, and those fast links are going to take you to my Canadian online store, where I would love the chance to meet you and earn your business. For those of you who are interested in doing a fun summer retreat with me, I put the registration page link in the description box below as well. It's the Summer Creative Escape. Also, I created several Card Maker Companion notebooks out of a need of my own, so I thought I would share them with all of you. This is just one cover, and more are coming, so I put a link in the description box below to see all of them. Hopefully you might find them helpful too. All right, thank you so much for watching, and bye for now.